What's up, Pit Masters? We are live on a Monday night for our monthly tasting. That's going to be back to back, I guess, this month.
That's the plan. Let's see. So
The plan.
that is the plan.
How you doing, Derek?
Doing good. How about yourself? It sounds like you might have had an eventful weekend.
Yeah, I cooked a little bit.
Just a little bit. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I cooked 4 steaks and 1 ancillary.
Okay.
So steaks went pretty good. I had seventh, tied for 10th, second, and then 16th.
Okay.
For one of my steaks. And then I decided to do a taco ancillary, which works out great. But didn't get the results I was looking for. But I fried fish on a flat top, aluminum pan, oil, and a flat top.
Were you happy with it?
I was super happy with it. It was just a little on the dry side. I didn't put enough sauce on there,
Okay.
but everything else was fantastic.
Oh, fantastic, dude. Sounded like an
Yeah.
eventful weekend.
Yeah, got Amanda over here saying I didn't put enough of her sauce on it.
I like how she chimed in. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Now we know the real reason.
Yeah, she did make the sauce. What about you, man? You've been doing some stuff, huh?
No, not a whole lot. There was a sausage class at Harry Sue's over Father's Day weekend, so I was there with the barbecue sensei Bill Dumas, and Harry Sue helped me with that class. But other than that, I haven't been doing anything on the competition side. But I know there was a good amount of competitions over the weekend, along with the SEA that you did. I think even John Manny even had one up in Alaska, which he had some visitors from the lower 48 go up there and visit and do well. So. And then Pusakyu, which I didn't know was going to be their last year out in Montgomery, Alabama. This was their last year doing that contest.
Right. Oh man, it's been kind of busy. We're gonna actually, you know what, Christy, I am going to actually bring you in right now for the intro, so you can talk to everybody what's going to be happening next week. So let's just bring Christy in. Christy,
Awesome. Hi. What's up,
hi.
everybody?
So go ahead and talk about your competition that we got to get, I guess, in line for and shoot each other in the foot to be able to get the front of the race.
Yeah. So Barbecue Jackpot is coming back to Las Vegas November 21st and 22nd. And registration is going to open up July 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern. The reason it's important for you guys to mark your calendars for that is because last time we sold out in 90 minutes. I was able to get some more spaces and then we sold out in like 4 or 5 hours. So you definitely want to mark your calendar. You definitely want to be ready to get in your registration form because we fill the sites first come, first serve. And then, oh, sorry. First come, first serve, and then also first paid. So your spot is fully secured once you're fully paid up. But you don't have to pay to register. You just register, and then we'll take care of the rest after that. But yep, July 11th. I do have spots for 106 teams this year, so that's good. That's more than last year. Last year we had room for about 80 teams or so.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to fit more.
Heck yeah. And then do we have any payout potential? What's the payout on that?
Yep, it's 20,000 right now, and I'm working to get some additional sponsors. My goal is to get it to 25, but right now we're starting at 20.
Perfect. Heck yeah. Well, cool. Only thing that I really have on my radar, there's not a lot of SCAs going on here in July in the Utah region. There is one, Days of 47, I do believe, is going to be one. And I think they're only bringing in a limited amount of teams on that as well. So
That's
make sure you look into that one.
I'm heading up to Idaho next weekend. That one turns out to have 30 plus teams now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So that should be fun. That'll be my first comp in Idaho. And then there's another comp in Idaho later, I think like late August or September coming up too.
Yeah. So yeah, Idaho is where it's at now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little bit cooler. You can go up there and shave 10 degrees. Christy's shaving like 40, but it's all good.
Yeah, compared to Vegas, it's going to be great.
Right. Well, cool. Derek, no other news from you? Anything that you got on your radar? Not really.
Not really. There's end of the month, end of June on the 28th. There's Dixon up in Dixon, California. I guess that's a non-sanctioned. And then in July, the big talk so far has been Sutherland, Oregon, which is the weekend of the 20th of July. And then some non-sanctioned events at American Legion, rib cook-off, and what is that? Benicia, and then one meat contest up in Sacramento. That's the weekend of July 12th. And then a music festival in Mission Viejo. So I don't even know if that's a sanctioned event, but it's a people's choice and blind competition. So yeah, there's not a whole lot. I think everybody's getting ready for burnt offerings up in Riverside, which will be in a couple months.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, if that's it, let's go and talk to our guest tonight, Bryan, with So Fucking Awesome Barbecue Rubs. We'll give
Excuse me, what?
Yes. Wait a second. Is this FCC regulated here?
Hey, Anthony, before we jump in, I just got like a breaking news from ThermoWorks.
Oh, yeah? What did you get?
That Megan said that we can share.
Oh.
That the RFX Bluetooth is live?
Yes, it is live.
Wow. I'm so excited about that. She just texted me that. So yeah, I'm going to use that at the competition this weekend because I don't think we'll have Wi-Fi there. So that's exciting.
So pro tip on this,
make
sure you get your app updated and make sure your gateway and everything's all updated so you are right there where you need to be. Yes, Amanda has been working on this for weeks.
Thanks,
and
Amanda.
She is finally a little bit relief. But still stressed because now it's public, right? Now we're gonna see if they're gonna see
Sorry.
that
I asked if I could say it before
no, it's totally fine. It's just now she's just nervous on what the consumers are gonna see on the other side, right? Now she's tested, and there's gonna be that one person like Christy Vanover is gonna be like, you know what? It didn't connect immediately or something. I don't know.
You know what? Having it, if it's glitchy, having it sometimes is better than not having it at all. So I'm just stoked that it's going to be there. So yeah, I'll definitely use that at the comp this weekend.
Yep.
Thanks, Amanda.
Cool. All righty. Let's talk about these rubs.
We call it Thermapen 1, the first true 1-second cooking thermometer. Its unprecedented speed means Thermapen 1's responsiveness approaches the speed of thought. Because when you're plating the perfect menu or smoking the perfect side of barbecue, you don't have time to think about how your instant read thermometer is accurate to 0.5 degrees in 1 second or less, or how rugged and waterproof it is, or how big, elegant and bright the backlit display is. You'll just know it works, because our perfection powers your perfection. Seek perfection with Thermapen 1.
Bryan, welcome to the show. How are you, man?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you super excited for live feedback?
I'm always excited for anything.
Perfect.
Welcome to the gauntlet.
Yes. I think everybody's in here. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run around the table real quick and tell everybody who they are, and then you'll be last. And then you'll tell us all about your company, all right? Derek, why don't you start us off?
Sure thing. Derek Walls out of San Diego, California. I started cooking KCBS back in 2022 with West Coast Barbecue Shop. I am also part of Cali BBQ, a restaurant down here in San Diego. And CBJ helped organize a backyard and KCBS state championship back in the day. Christy's like really running with this time around. So, but yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Perfect. Christy?
Hey guys, I'm Christy from Girls Can Grill. I share lots of recipes, barbecue tips, etc. on all my socials at Girls Can Grill and girlscangrill.com. And yeah, champion pitmaster, CBJ, and contest organizer.
Perfect. Rob?
Robert Meyer from Union Grove, Wisconsin, with Kick-Ass Barbecue and High Stakes Grilling Team. And I do KCBS cooking, FTA, and rib cook.
Perfect. All right, Marty?
Yeah, Marty Rich with Mental Voodoo Barbecue, and we also own Voodoo Roasters Coffee, which is one of the sponsors for SCA. We do a little bit of KCBS and backyard and SCA competition, and have a blast competing. I love it.
Michael?
Michael with M&J's Barbecue, SCA, and getting back in the KCBS. Just took 9th place last weekend with our team in Ogden, and do a little catering.
Sweet. John?
All right, John Mann, Alaska Barbecue Man. Like to say a barbecue ambassador, I guess, if you want to call it. Kind of got my hands and feet in a little bit of everything. So SCA, KCBS, RCA reps, organizers, judging, whatever. We can do whatever we have to. I'm literally sitting here just in the process of cleaning up from our state championship this weekend. So up here in Alaska, we kind of got to jump into everything, but also enjoy the barbecue world all over lower 48, and actually went to Costa Rica before too, ran a contest there. So
Sweet. And I'm Anthony, a host of the Pitmasters podcast, and pretend I know what to do barbecue. Maybe that should be a name change. Smoke ain't no joke barbecue. But yeah, man. Bryan, I'm gonna put you on the big screen. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about where these rubs got started, man.
Well, since it sounds like it, my name's Bryan. I'm an alcoholic. No, just kidding. My name is Bryan, Sofa King Awesome Barbecue. We also branched into like a subsidiary little business off this with Addicted to the Q, which we've interviewed John Mann. We've had Girls Can Grill Christy on there a while back. A little bit about me background-wise. I grew up pretty much bussing dishes at a barbecue restaurant, all the way up working to kitchen management. Learned ins and outs of that. Started dabbling in with their closing the restaurant and money, and I hated all the computer stuff because that's not me. And one day I got a hair up my butt with a buddy, and we joined the military, joined the Marine Corps, and took off. And I love barbecue, so when I traveled, I just tried everyone's barbecue. And I mean, if you don't go somewhere and try barbecue in a different location, you're never going to say that you actually love barbecue. That's my opinion. I mean, it is what it is. So from there, long story short, coming all the way back home, met my wife at a bar. I told her that I wanted to get back into comps. I kind of got out in the military because of travels and stuff. So we did more competitions, started developing my flavor profile of rubs of what I've tasted wherever I've gone. And with my wife and her roots from Texas and mine from KC, but traveling around, I wanted to try to meld everything together that I could and come up with flavors that I liked. And in doing the process of that, I found out that a lot of these flavors other people like too, which some are like our hot and bothered. You don't have that one, but the hot and bothered has like a vinegar and a sriracha to it to kind of take it more towards the spicy of a North Carolina style with the vinegar powder in it. But long story short, anyways, I do have ADD, so you guys got to bear with me. So, let's see. And then from there, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had the 7 rubs that I unleashed all at once. They started winning awards. And I had a buddy who wanted a rub designed for chicken wings to where it'd be spicy enough, but without the sauce. So no sauce, no mess. And that came out with the Thai Dragon rub. It's actual ground Thai Dragon peppers that were put into it, seeds and all. And it's a hit for eggs, if you like eggs.
Sweet.
From there, yeah. Now I got 2 more that we just unveiled this year, December, January, 24, 25. It's under the Addicted to the Q line. It's our savory pecan and white noise, which is an all white take on kind of like a garlic jalapeno, but yet triple garlic, not a double garlic like everyone has. It's double the butter in it. It's got a lot of salt, jalapeno powder, white pepper. It's actually decent on pork, ribs, and brisket. It's been, as the teams I sponsor say, White Noise walks, because they've all been getting top 5 calls with it.
Sweet. Well, cool. We're gonna get started. We're gonna start with the original rub. While we're all tasting this, give us a little bit of background of this.
That one was like an all-purpose that I wanted to come up with. It had a hint of herbs, which would be thyme and oregano, like very, very small hints in it. but I didn't want a lot of sugar and a lot of salt. So I dialed that back a notch.
Yeah, right out the gate, I get the earthy smells right out of the bottle. I get those, and then immediately, as it goes through my palate, it's salty, and then I get the sweet, and then the earthy tones coming right on the back. Very well balanced. I can see this being on definitely on the beef side more or less than I think on the poultry side personally. It's great on brisket for sure.
Yeah, the earthy notes don't stay with it as it cooks either. It's kind of like white pepper. You can use a lot of white pepper or a little. If you use a little, you're going to lose that peppery flavor. So you have to keep adding that white pepper to it.
Got it. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty well balanced. It goes through different flavor profiles as you taste it. So I kind of like the earthiness on the back end for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty herbaceous. More herbaceous than I excuse me, I'm gonna be coughing. Like it's an all-purpose, but I like the herbaceousness. Almost a little. Is there some citrus in there too? No, or citric acid or something. It's got a nice. I don't know. Something about it to me has a nice tang to it, but earthy and herbaceous too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Christy.
Jump in here.
I like this rub.
Go ahead, John.
Okay. Yeah, I'll jump in here. The earthiness is what I noticed the most of it, and I appreciate the milder sweetness. I mean, it's there, but it's not smack you in the face sugar, right? So, I actually being from Kansas City, I'm not a sweet barbecue fan, right? So, I appreciate the earthiness on it, and I agree with Anthony. I'm thinking, brisket and beef, that definitely well balanced.
John, you might want to sit out on the top secret then if you don't want the sugar.
Rob, go ahead. I seen you're coming in.
I was just going to hit on kind of what everyone else was saying, but kind of like John was saying, I didn't really get as much of the sweet. I got some of the salt. I got some of that, the herbs and stuff like that. But kind of like what you guys were saying, brisket, tri-tip, any type of like Mexican dish is kind of what my mind goes to with this. But I love it. Super well balanced and nothing that's like punching my tongue right now. It's like kind of going, everything's, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Amanda actually did say, she said it would have been great to have on our enchiladas that we made last night. And I agree. Marty?
Yeah. I'm like everyone else. I really liked the saltiness and then the earthiness hit. And that's what kind of got me the most. And I was just thinking, I did a rotisserie turkey yesterday. And I was thinking this would be really, really good on crisping up the skin, giving it a good color. And I think it would actually taste really darn good with that turkey, the white meat and things too. So I could see where that would go on the poultry and still have a really good kick and a good taste and enhance that turkey or chicken. So I think it's a pretty good all-purpose.
Yeah.
A couple of us in the KCBS run it on chicken, and it does pretty well up here.
Nice.
Or I guess over here, you guys are west of me, so.
Yeah. Michael.
Hold on mute. There we go. I kind of agree with Christy, and then I think it'd actually be good on your fish tacos, just as a little topper, just with that earthiness flavor. Might have hit it up. I'd probably try it on some halibut and see how it goes. I'll let you know.
Sweet. That maybe could have taken me from 12th to 10th.
Yep. You need to add spice to it.
Yeah, Amanda keeps saying I just needed more of her sauce.
Yep.
She just keeps laying into you with that, doesn't she?
Right.
She's not going to let that go.
No, I hope I'm going to go search out another taco competition just so it can stop.
Let me know which one. I want to come do it.
Yeah.
I think Christy will need to have to do one in Vegas as an ancillary.
Yeah. Derek, what do you think about it?
For the original, yeah. So I started. Remember when Chris Webb was talking about how we should sample rub? So I started doing that. I started pouring a good portion of it out because right when I opened it, I could see the herbs in there. So the thyme. So I was kind of thrown off by that because I didn't want a whole mouthful of thyme. So poured it all out, and right off the bat, before I can inhale or exhale through my nose, I was getting that saltiness right off the bat, and then the hit of sweet, which wasn't overpowering at all. It was phenomenal. And then I got a little bit of heat. So I was like, okay. And then a slow ride, little bit of the earthiness from the thyme as well. So you get that herbaceous. Yeah, I'm stealing that from Chrissy. That was a great way of putting it. And so I tried it a second time, and the third time I got nothing but the herbs, and it was just lingering. So it wouldn't go away. I could definitely see this being phenomenal on poultry, even as an injection. So mixing this with your injection, if you're running Peep Show or Game Changer, or any of those things, especially if you're trying to get more of that, home style roasted chicken, or like that Thanksgiving turkey, I could definitely see that working into that. But yeah, no, it's as a base rub for sure. I could definitely see people winning with that, especially with chicken, but I could definitely see it on pork and brisket as well, or beef. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, we're gonna dive into the Twisted Texas rub. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Twisted Texas. That was for, as I was saying, our families between Texas and KC. I love Montreal steak seasoning, so I wanted to come up with something that was a coarse ground like Montreal, but had the Texas hit of salt, pepper, garlic, and then added a little bit of the KC side in with a little bit of paprika, a little bit of sugars in there. I wanted to change up the pepper flavor from just black pepper to what we call it a wacky pepper. It's black and red mix. So, and I wanted to keep it all coarse, like onion flakes, salt, like bigger salt chunks, coarse salt.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, right out the gate, it does have that, the coarser grains. I can see that really being beneficial, if you're putting it on a brisket or something, letting it kind of bind together. But honestly, my first taste of it, I felt like it was more leaning, instead of like a beef and Texas style, I almost got like an Asian poultry type flavor to it. I'd be really interested on trying these on some wings, or some drumsticks or something like that. I think this would be fantastic on poultry and beef as well. I like how it built. It started off salty, a little sweet, and then the heat came on the back end. I'm kind of a fan of the heat that lingers, nothing that's going to burn where you need water, or to follow it up with cleaning your palate. But I like that lingering heat to this. This is pretty dang good.
Yep. We like it on it, both of it, pork and, or not pork, beef and chicken. Yeah. I've personally never ran it on pork. Buddy of mine, we all know him, Weekend Bum Barbecue. Well, not all, but some of us. He actually ran it on ribs, and that surprised me. I was like, that's a change for a competition. He just wanted to go do it and have fun, and he still got a call. It's kind of interesting.
Did you say you called that a wacky pepper?
Yeah.
I love whatever the heck a wacky pepper is. I'm thinking that's what I'm tasting. That is like, it has a little bit of texture, like a chew to it almost, but it has like a sweet fruitiness that is surprising, but not sweet like you're thinking like candied ribs, but like an earthy, almost ancho like. But it's a nice surprise.
The way the blender explained it to me, the co-packer, was because I told him I wanted something that had a hint of bell pepper in it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to go just like all black pepper and you go get bell pepper powder or flakes. They said they had this wacky pepper.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me try it. And it's the round, when your black peppers round, the round little balls that you have to
like the
grind
peppercorns.
Peppercorns.
Mm-hmm. Peppercorn.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that into a flakiness with red pepper flakes, and then they have bell pepper flakes that's all mixed together, and I called it wacky pepper. I tried it and I was just like, let's just do that. It's colorful. Most of our rubs, let's get it. It's the same 16 to 20 seasonings that we play with.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, I want something different. I don't want to do like a dry food coloring to color it, because that'll color the whole thing. I just want it to be colorful coarse and still have that good kick on it for us.
Yeah. No, I really like it. I've never tasted it in the rub that I know of before, and it's fun. I like
Yeah.
that.
I think this bottle, the way that it kind of separates in the bottle, and I think you definitely need to use it on a quantity, big brisket or something like that to be able to get all those flavors spread out evenly for sure. But yeah, I'm liking it.
You'll see like these little balls, these brown balls. In that one, you'll see them in the Twisted Texas. That's actually granulated sugar instead of just your powder, your brown sugar like a powder or fine grind. It's so it can hold longer. It won't. I do not use anti-caking agents, so that helps it from caking. Plus, it also has a higher level to where when it melts in your smoker, it'll melt over a longer period of time and give you a better bark.
I was going to ask
like
the clumping, the caking agent, because I actually have clumps in mine, and some of the clumps are actually like a different color. They're more of like the color of your original a little bit. They're a little bit more pink compared to what's on the outside of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the flavor on this, and I think what surprised me the most was on the tail end, getting the sweet kick to it. Because normally on a rub like this, you're going to get that in the front, and then it kind of goes away. But I kind of get this one in reverse, which surprised me. And also with the amount of sugar you've got in it, I don't know how much is there, but does it really give you a good bark on, say, like a brisket?
Yes, actually, the Texas does do a good bark. We have T Daddy's Barbecue up in Iowa. He buys this by the pound from me every week, and that's all he runs on his briskets.
Nice. I have to try it. It tastes good. I love it. I like the coarse too. I've always, kind of grew up. The Montreal seasoning was one of those that when people first start grilling, they start with that one, and I kind of got a little bit of nostalgia there for those coarse pepper, the coarse salt too.
Yeah,
so I liked it a lot.
One thing I started with, like our Thai Dragon bottle. I was told by the co-packer we can be putting silica packets, like the humidity packets.
Yeah.
Good grade, put those in. So that's what we started doing with our Thai Dragon, because that's got butter powder and then the Thai Dragon pepper. There's so much of that in there. It was caking quick on us, and I was like, I still don't want anti-caking agents. It's just a health thing for me. I try to stay healthier and not have all the extra additives and preservatives that our bodies don't need.
Rob?
Another super good blended rub, not so overpowered in any way. I would use this thing on like chicken, or even like a finishing dust on like a underside of a chicken or something like that. And like you were saying with like that Thai Dragon one, how it's got like that butter thing in it. This one to me is almost that buttery, like the buttery, sugary sweet. It's like not like a super sweet, just like a good sweet that just, I don't know. Like I said, I would use it on a finisher for my chicken, or even just a rub for my chicken. And another, like I said, super well balanced rub.
We've ground it down to a powder and used it as part of our injection before.
Michael?
Afternoon. No, I like this. Like Marty was saying, I wouldn't mind trying this on some open fire cooking on like a tri-tip to just let it sweat in and see how the flavors actually change once it's been reduced a little bit and start to liquefy, and see how it flavor changes. It's really good in the mouth right out of the bottle, but it's one of those rubs that I'd like to try on a big cut of meat to let everything get rehydrated.
Yeah. I know there's some that use it on their steak entries when they do KCBS steak or SCA.
Very nice. John?
Yeah, just like everybody, flashbacks to Montreal, right? That seasoning that we all grew up on, and I still enjoy. I love it. It gives it a texture. Didn't think about ribs, but I love a dry rub rib, and I think even having this chunky of a rub on a rib would be good. Just for a dry rub cook anyway. I was kind of surprised by the sweetness that came through when with it, but it wasn't overpowering again. So well balanced. I think I'm looking forward more to trying a dry rub rib with it than anything. But definitely gonna hit some of my leftover SCA steaks that I got. We'll definitely try it on that too.
Is that everybody? Am I next?
Yep.
Okay. So the difference in granular, that was by plan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the only challenge for me is like as I'm pouring it out, all the finer stuff wants to run out first, and then some of the larger stuff is running out. But and that makes sense. What everybody else is saying as well in regards to like I want to try it on a larger cut, so that way I can evenly get a even distribution throughout. But yeah, looking at it, it was super appealing, super eye catching. Because even if I wasn't looking at the label, just looking at the grind on this, it almost looked like it reminded me of everything bagel seasoning.
Yep.
But it's like for barbecue. So I'm like, all right, everything barbecue seasoning. So but yeah, you got the saltiness, you got the hint of sweetness there, and that's what I was trying to analyze too. I was like, okay, like you mentioned, the sugar granules that are in there, those are in there by design, so they don't dissipate as fast, and then they have kind of a longer cook, so they don't burn off as fast. But I'd be more excited to try this on seafood, 100% with that kick. I started thinking seafood and like some kind of sticky Asian wing. Great balanced flavor, got some great kick to it. The one downside I had is like I kind of let everything kind of dissolve in my mouth the first 2 times, and then the third time I was like, I'm just gonna start crunching on these little nuggets, and that really amplified the flavor, especially the heat. So lesson learned. I'm not doing that again.
We use it on we'll soak some asparagus in olive oil and put a bunch of that Texas in it and just let it marinate for like 30 minutes to an hour, throw it on the grill. So you get all that. So it's the same. It's not really cooking it all off. You still have some of the crunchiness when you bite into the asparagus of the seasoning. So some of it could be a heat, some of it could be, a sugary taste.
It's a gamble. I like it.
Yeah, that's my wife likes it that way. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep making them that way.
But that's another great suggestion too, is for veggies. So yeah, squash and things like that, and asparagus. No, nice work.
Amanda said crust a baked potato with that, olive oil, and put a nice crust of that on a baked potato and then roast it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Top secret meat dust.
Top secret. That one was just strictly designed for pork. And I know a lot of people run it on a bunch of different stuff. It is a high sugar base, brown sugar, granulated sugar. It's got some cinnamon as a back end in it to give it a little bit extra spice. It's got your black pepper. It's got your salt, your sugars, a little bit of paprika, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder. But it was strictly designed for pork, and it is our #1 award-winning rub out of the Twisted Texas and the original. The original just got 3rd in the world, best rub on the planet. The Top Secret was 2nd 3 years ago. So our Top Secret's our biggest one. It's a surprise winner from everyone who tries it.
Yeah, right on the nose. I get the cinnamon and almost like a nutmeg smell. I really like this. Nice and sugary, John. Sorry, but yeah, this is a super sweet rub, and I like it. Yeah, I would love to run this on some pork. I think I'd run this and the original together. That way you can get some good color on the pork as well. But man, I'm a sucker for sweet rubs.
Well, as a matter of fact, the way I found out about you guys was our little buddy down there, John, up in Alaska. He came to a class that Weekend Bum and I were doing, and he had this maple sausage ball that I make, and it had the original and the Top Secret rub on it. The crust looked good. Flavors were great. I think you had like 3 of them, I believe.
Amanda wants to try
Hey,
with
now.
shrimp.
I didn't eat that. I don't think I had that many of them, but they were definitely good. The class was a lot of fun too. But Yeah, definitely sugar. But what I did appreciate, it's just not sweet. I mean, it's got, I don't know, is there molasses in it? Brown
That's the
sugar,
granulated
molasses,
sugar.
maybe. I don't know.
That's
Okay,
all the
yeah.
brown
So
sugar. Yeah.
okay, so that's the flavor. That's the flavor that's coming forward on the sweetness for me. So it's not just sugar sweet, right? No super sweet, overpowering. So I definitely think you probably win every People's Choice pulled pork on the planet if you use this on your pulled pork. So yeah, nice job. Even though I don't like sweets, it's nice.
Yeah, I would touch on what Amanda was saying. A nice bacon wrapped shrimp with a good honey glaze with that rub would be pretty knocked out with some crushed walnuts, like a walnut shrimp.
Yeah.
But
Sounds delicious.
as far as pork goes, a finishing dust on your pork medallions, on your turn-in, I think would hit pretty good too.
Mhm. Derek, I have a homework assignment for you this weekend. I need you to put this on a bowl of Cheerios.
What? Because I'm the one with little kids, or is it just me?
Exactly.
Okay.
You're the ones who probably only has. You're most likely the one to have cereal in your home.
Facts. That
Well,
is very true.
I figured Derek would use it on his brownie a la mode with a sprinkle of this on the top.
You know damn well I have a sweet tooth. You know me too well, Michael.
We haven't had an ice cream comment yet. We made it through 3.
Or
Yeah.
popcorn.
All right, who's up next? Rob?
Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I'm gonna touch on everyone else, but not like a super sweet, not nasty, but your typical sweet barbecue rub. This one's very just clean, mild, still good sweet. Yeah, I would definitely use it on like ribs or pulled pork. I like the cinnamon taste. And when I had a bunch of it back end heat, still really good balanced rub, and I really enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's really unique. The level of cinnamon definitely stands out, but not in an offensive way at all,
Mhm.
because the garlic like brings it back to the savory side. Like exactly what Michael said sounds perfect. Like I was thinking candied bacon.
Yep.
I think like candied walnuts, like you said, like on top of some melted brie. Like I don't know, my mind goes there because the elevated flavor profiles are more than just barbecue to me. Like this is like a chef's rub. I think that there's really, like I said, just complexity to it that stands out with that garlic and cinnamon kind of. I never really would think to like put those two together like
Mhm.
so boldly, but it works.
I'd done smoked brownies at a competition and candied pecans and bacons with that rub.
Nice.
Use that as a topper for the brownies.
Nice.
Right.
That sounds that would definitely work. That sounds good.
We got you. Marty, did you chime in?
No, I was about to. This actually kind of the first hit on this one kind of took me back to the Kansas City barbecue. That sweetness that comes in. I really enjoyed that. I was thinking that this first off the bat, this is going to be a money muscle type rub, pork tenderloin, something like that. That's what I'm going to probably try those on first, because I know this would go really well with that. Yeah, I think this is actually quite an exceptional rub. One thing I do like about this is a little bit different than some of the sweeter rubs. This has a little bit more of a buttery hit to it as well. So like it kind of has that finish with it where you can taste that. And I like that a lot. So excellent. Good job, man.
Thanks.
All right, I got some cream cheese here with looks like a cracker and the rub. We're going in. Derek, go ahead and
Yeah, smoked
Solid.
cream cheese, that'd be a good idea.
I don't even want to talk. I just want to watch you eat because I'm so curious now. But yeah, so right off the bat, the granules. I don't know. I think I'm just obsessed with granular size. I don't know what my deal is. I apologize. But and also I don't know if I just have humidity here in Southern California, but everything started rolling out nice and easy, flowing, and then had it nice and sweet, balanced sweet. It wasn't overly sweet. The cinnamon, I love cracking this thing open and getting that smell. Reminded me of breakfast. Reminded me of breakfast cereal and everything. But as I kept pouring, I started seeing clumps, and it wasn't the same of it wasn't the same clumps of the actual sugar, the granules. So a little bit darker. So I was like, okay, that's where a lot of those flavors are going to be. So I had to get one of those little nuggets, try that out. And then, then you start getting, like Chrissy was talking about, the garlic, the onion, like it seems like a kiss of cumin or something along those lines to kind of give it a little bit of punch. So this one was really fun. And, to touch on what you had mentioned with it on pecans, like I am a sucker for pecan pies. So I was thinking, like a candied pecan pie with this would be phenomenal. Usually if it's not that, it's like some kind of banana pudding or ice cream, but using this to glaze pecans or nuts would be phenomenal, I would think.
Yeah,
I just
even
tried
like
it on the
pecan cobbler.
There
I
you go.
just tried it on the cream cheese. The cream cheese overpowers it, but then after a minute, then the seasoning comes in and stands out amazingly. So
Now you gotta go heavier on the seasoning then.
Yeah.
that's what we just did and did the second round, and it worked out
And if
great.
you did the smoked cream cheese where the sugar would like start to melt a little
Yep,
bit into the
exactly.
cream cheese.
That would hit.
Oh yeah. Yep. For sure. All right, is that everybody?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going on to the Thai dragon powder.
I'm
Thai
excited
dragon
for this
powder.
one. I'm excited for this one. Let's go.
Do I need a bottle of water or anything for this?
Probably not.
All right.
For me, no.
A beer, yes. Anthony needs a beer with this one.
Thai dragon powder. That was a buddy of mine who he loves wings. He was wanting something designed for a no sauce, no mess hot wing. And we came across and stumbled across the Thai dragon pepper, which is 140,000 Scoville. So that took about 12 tries trying to dial in a rub that had the sugars, the pepper, the butter, the salt, just everything to where when you sprinkle it out on the wings, you mix it up, cook them, and they come out to where it's not going to overpower you with the heat after they're cooked, but it's not going to be super sweet either.
I heard somebody coughing already.
After it cooks.
All right.
Finger tasting, it's going to be a little power right now, but after it's cooked, it's definitely not as overpowering. It's still spicy, no sauce, no mess for hot wings, but
So right out the gate, I get the sweetness, and then it gets warm. And I'm like, okay, it's fine, we're good. And then I taste pepper, like a really strong pepper flavor, and then boom, the tip of my tongue is scorching right now. But
how hard did you go?
I don't know. Normal size, normal tasting size.
Size of a dime.
But
a tablespoon, a quarter of a cup.
Yeah, right.
yeah, I did about a full tablespoon. It's fine. But I actually really, really like this. I really would like to try this on, like some wings as the base, and then have like a nice, like a sticky sauce on the top. I think it well balanced for sure. And also tastes great with cream cheese as well.
Do like an Asian sticky sauce on it with a little bit of that Thai dragon when you cook them.
Yeah, and also
really good
breakfast burritos all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great on eggs. Gives you that kick.
Yep.
Well, it kind of took me back to when I was in Thailand. And I would actually like to do this on some chicken thighs and make a thaw out of it with the eggs and stuff. See how that would go. I like it. This is actually my favorite one. I could see me getting booed out of some of the SEA comps by using it.
It also has that brown sugar flavor.
They keep doing it at one of the big comps. Every time they do turkey, they turn it in with a full bottle on their turkey just because they hate turkey and their sponsor makes them do it. And I'm like, you're burning judges' mouths for the next people, but they keep doing it.
They should do that last. They should make sure they're turning in very last. Make it fair a little bit.
That ain't very nice. They did that to me. To me, that's like a marked box. They did that to me in my first St. George competition with chicken wings.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I walk by. I say hi to them just because I know them. I mean, it's a competition. You want to say hi to everybody that you know. Every time I do, I see like 3 bottles of the Thai Dragon sitting there, and I just shake my head knowing what they're doing. I'm like,
it's so mean.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had it before. Obviously, All right. I've had it before, and so I kind of knew it was going to hit pretty hard. So I went light on it. But it is the thing I like about it. I like the heat. It's not overpowering to me. It is hot. I would consider it a hot rub, but it has flavor that goes with it and some sweetness to balance it. So that's what I can appreciate about it. Hot sauce a lot of times when it's just, kick you in the butt hot, you don't enjoy it at all. But, I really think the wings, I definitely want to try this on some dry rub wings. And I think it'll give, I'm definitely going to have the blue cheese ready, but but still, I enjoy it. Nice balance, but it's got plenty of heat. Anthony's dying over here.
No, it's just, so here's the thing. I'm not dying. It's just, it's on the tip of my tongue. It lingers. It's just on the tip. Just the tip. Just the tip. It's always not always the answer. Marty,
You're killing me, Anthony. You're killing me.
For me, I've actually been cooking quite a bit of different Asian stuff lately, and dumplings, things like that, wontons. I think it'd be great in the filling. I think it'd be awesome on like shrimp. But the first thing that kind of hit with me was I want to do a crusted ahi tuna steak with this. I think it would turn out great. I love the balance on it. The heat's not too hot for me at all. I like heat, and I think this is still pretty balanced with everything that's in it. So the heat balances out with the sweetness, and so you get a really good rounded, fullness from it. So I think it's pretty versatile too on this one. And so I've got a lot of different things I would try it in. I'll even put this on popcorn.
Nice.
Yeah, popcorn was actually my first go-to also, just to add a little pop to your popcorn. But I'm curious about it because I feel like it is going to taste different cooked than it is out of the bottle. I feel like once those sugars melt and the peppers blend with it all, I feel like I'm going to like it more. I don't dislike it by any means. I mean, I do like it, but I just think I would like it. I'm going to like it more when it's at that cook stage. And I agree. I think seafood is a good direction. I feel like you could even mix it into, I was thinking I cook lumpia and stuff, and I feel like I could mix this into a sauce, with the soy sauce and stuff, and kind of give a punch and chili flavor to all of that for dipping.
With the sweet and sour.
I was honestly going to say, Chrissy, like a pho, because it has a little bit of sweet to it already. I think it would add to a pho for sure.
Yeah, that'd be nice mixed in with the broth. Yeah,
a stir fry or something like that, because it goes good on veggies too.
Even sprinkled in mac and cheese. Before you smoke it or whatever, I think that it would just give, because I put Cajun seasoning on my mac and cheese all the time, and I think this would be, especially if you put bacon in the mac and cheese, so you get sweet with the bacon and the chilies. Yeah, again, I go back to what I said before, it's more chefy, even though it definitely applies to barbecue. I feel like it's elevated on a different level because of the complexities that you're mixing together.
Yeah, but you're 100% right though. You try the rubs dry, just like this. 90% of them are going to be totally different when they're cooked.
Yeah.
Low and slow, hot and fast, on a skillet, you name it. I mean, stuff does change and then melds together. I mean, it's like a chili. You let chilies sit and stew for a while and meld together. The seasonings are totally different, and it tastes so much better.
Yeah.
Some curries would be good too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did everybody chime in except for Derek? Rob, did you come in on this one?
I'll just say what everyone else was saying. I mean, just my mind right away went to making a sauce that more of an Asian, or like he was saying, he was putting it in a chili or something like that. But it's the hot, but not super hot. I don't feel it anymore. But I got some of that sweet, and like everyone else said, with all the flavors and the spice, it's still a very balanced rub. But I see this more as being more of a that put in a lot of stuff, not just the barbecue, more my mind's going to sauces, or what can I use more for this instead of just a rub, I guess. More of a main, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but my mind's going towards sauces and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
still
another, probably my favorite of the rubs.
it's kind of like what Christy keeps mentioning is that chefy style, to elevate the dish a little bit more. And I think that's I agree. Most of these do elevate it a lot more than just the standard rubs out there.
I mean, what is here's my whole philosophy behind the whole thing, even my whole lineup of and Addicted to Cues. What does a rub consist of? Consist of spices. Those spices are what we use. If we break them out individually, yeah, we use salt, we use pepper, we use garlic, we use onion, we use paprika, we use turmeric. Put them together, we call it a rub. So I'm like, yeah, I may have a barbecue rub line, but man, I use my rubs on everything. It doesn't mean just barbecue. It can go to breakfast. The Thai Dragon powder, we put it in with our General Tso's sauce and our sweet and sour sauce when we do stir fries. So yeah, I mean, I use them on everything.
Yeah. Derek, verdict after you tasted half the bottle?
No, joke's on you. I was using Top Secret to help balance that out because that one's so fucking like hit me hard. Oh, I took way too big of a bump on that one. But no, the one thing I really do love is that butteriness on the front end. That butteriness made it super savory, and then the heat creeps in and it doesn't go away. It didn't go away for me. Cleared my sinuses, so thank you. But this is the one I'd want to do on ice cream for sure because I need something to balance it. But yeah, Chrissy, I think she nailed it there. Using it as a substitute in Cajun seasonings or things like that. If I'm doing blackened fish or something along those lines, like I'm definitely kicking that in there. I was reading the ingredients. I was like, oh, we added cayenne too. I don't think you needed to add the cayenne. It's got enough heat. But no, I will say it is well balanced for what it is. Like I said, I just went too hard on it. So the savoriness with the heat, it's exciting stuff. I am way more excited to try that in like a jambalaya or some kind of a stew. And then everybody else is saying like a sauce. So yeah, the fat kid in me when she was talking about lumpia, I'm like, oh, next time my mom makes a batch of lumpia, I'm gonna incorporate this somehow into the sweet and sour because I want 3 levels. I want the sweet, the sour, and I want some heat and some kick to it. So no, nice work, man.
Thank you.
Sweet. Yeah. And then what's the purpose of keeping it refrigerated? I do see that on the label.
It's just something that's recommended for it to help not cake because that one will cake a lot easier with the Thai Dragon pepper. The powder for it will. Yeah. For some reason, it cakes. I have a pineapple chipotle somewhere below me. And my pineapple chipotle, if you can, you can't see.
It blends in with the other rubs in the background.
Yeah.
There we go. So the pineapple powder in this is kind of like the Thai Dragon pepper powder. It just cakes so quick with any amount of humidity. I'll leave it in my cabinet and it's just a solid rock.
Okay.
Got it.
So that's why this one has the silica pack in it then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was a prize like Cracker Jacks. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, no, that's not what I thought it was.
Congrats, you win.
Yeah. I had that split second moment. And I'm like, I shouldn't have shared that, but I did. I'll share with everybody. I'll admit it.
No, we went to bottling and it was probably 6 months and I was replacing them at stores going, what is going on?
They were just hard as a rock.
Yeah. So I went back and we started doing some research and relaunched. Oh, we can do that. I didn't know that because nobody really does that.
Right.
But it's as long as it's food grade is what I was told. So I was like, well, let's run it.
So don't take the ones out of the ones that come in my brand new shoes or things like that. Don't stick that in my rubs that are baking in the garage.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, lesson learned.
Cool. Alrighty, my final thought is the Top Secret's my favorite. I'm a sucker for sweet. So this and then with the original rub, I'm super excited to run this combo together.
It's a great combo.
Twisted Texas for me because of those wacky peppers.
Yeah.
Nice. Marty?
Twisted Texas and the Thai Dragon.
Nice. Rob?
I'm going with the Thai Dragon.
Very nice. Michael?
Yep. Thai Dragon, 100%.
Nice. Very popular. And then John?
I'll unmute first there if it helps. I'm going
Yes.
Thai Dragon too, man. I really like the heat and looking forward to trying it out on some more stuff. I should have definitely had one of the guys up here cook their yak with it. I think it would have been great.
Wow.
Derek.
I'm top secret and Thai Dragon. Those ones hit.
Very nice.
Nice.
Well, Brian, thank you so much. This is very awesome. Everybody who listens to the podcast, make sure you go out and apparently buy one of each because we all kind of split on these. So, where can
people can buy it?
Yeah, where can we purchase this from?
Well, I've got a Facebook store. I'm on Walmart online. I'm on Amazon online.
Nice.
Awesome.
Multiple different stores around. Let's see, we're getting ready to get into hopefully get into American Fire. Well, we're in American Fire Barbecue out in Lee Summit, but they got a new place up here in Olathe. We're hopefully soon going to be in that store, so we'll be online with them. Stockyard Barbecue, Topeka Barbecue, everywhere around Kansas City pretty much has them, but most people they do the quick because they're not close to me, so they'll go quick onto Amazon, get the 2-day order or whatever.
Sweet. Cool. All right. Anybody else have any comments?
Did you share your handles for any social media for Facebook and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Sofa King Awesome Barbecue.
I don't get it.
Then you got me, Bryan Odom, because I just comment with me and I have like my logo behind me. So I'll just comment people. Oh, I know that guy. And then we have our Facebook groups, Addicted to the Q, and I'm in there constantly BSing with people and liking posts and commenting and shooting giveaways and stuff.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Well, cool. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate you all coming in every week, or I guess once a month, I should say. Sorry. But yeah, everybody who's watching live or wants to catch this, make sure you tune in. Hopefully next Monday, we'll see if we get something locked down. So, all righty, guys.
Brian, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody have a great night.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
Good seeing everybody.
Yep. Bye-bye.
But